Damn, that's good. I knew this would probably be tasty. I was not expecting this, so.
Hi, Kaylee. How's it going? Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I'm just going to do a little bit of gardening stuff and show you a little garden tour of what's going on. I'm also going to replace the washer in this hose because I think either it's failed or I think most likely what happened is it popped out somewhere. I don't know where, and it's been leaking a lot. So it seems like it's got a washer in here. You're just not doing the job, sir. I don't know if I should use the round one or the flat one. I think I might use the round one, because that seems like that would probably seal better. All right, let's see how that goes. Okay, no leaking so far. So it is overcast today, but it is going to be 100 degrees. It's already well over 90 at the moment, and it just feels kind of muggy a little bit, which is not typical for this climate. So I've been really trying to make sure that I deep water my plants, because I last year discovered that I hadn't been watering enough, right? And I was like, I figured out the secret. You have to water your plants more, right? Well, that last year was a rainier year. And so this year, once again, I wasn't watering enough, I don't think, because I have so many plants packed into each bed that I really have to water them more. And so stuff is like, it's been doing okay, but it hasn't really been producing where it's like, you know, stuff has started. Like I have a bunch of peppers. I'm just waiting for them to turn. I have tomatoes that are growing very slowly. And I've given them fertilizer. A lot of them have decent soil. Like, so it's just, I think it's the water. So let me give you kind of a quick update about the garden, because some things are working great and some things are not necessarily working bad, but just like I said, stuff's growing slowly. So that's kind of a bummer. I think I'm finally trying to deep water enough and it's catching up. My goal was to have my soaker hose system completely set up, and I at least made a little progress forward because several of the boxes have soaker hose laid in them and it's been cut and everything like that. The next major step that I have for that is that I need to get hose to connect all of the soaker hoses, the boxes, and I need all of the parts basically to connect those, right? So, and those are not as cheap as I would like, let's just say. I've also been working a lot, so it makes it kind of tough to do stuff. Oh, I gotta show you my nails. Stay there. Okay, this part is for the girlies and the gays and the theys who care. So I've got sea urchin nails and then a whale shark on them. Super cute, right? And the whale shark has like texture, so I love it so much. I feel like I need to just start sharing more girly stuff because for some reason, the majority, like 70-something% of you are guys from other countries. And, you know, I appreciate that you're watching my videos, but like you are not my market audience. And YouTube really thinks that you are and keeps pushing my videos to you, which I think is not helping with the growth of this channel. So, we're going to talk about some girly things. We're going to talk about some feminist things, because I am very much a feminist. A little bit more, and just be weird. Yeah. Speaking of girly things, I gotta say, like, you come off your period, and then there's a few days where you're still kind of chill, and then you have this couple days where it's just like, things feel better and more normal, and I'm in that zone, and I'm like, it's nice. So, back to garden things. All right, so things that have worked really well. I don't have any okra yet, but my okra plants are the biggest and best looking that they have ever been. So I'm doing something right. So that's very, very exciting. I have a bunch of squash, both winter and summer squashes. The summer squashes have been kind of slow to produce. And again, I think that's the watering thing, but they're picking up a little bit. I've been able to eat some squashes. I have Butterfingers, which is a yellow that you want to pick when it's a little bit smaller. I have Sophie zucchini, which is like a green striped one. Again, you want to pick it when it's a little bit smaller. I got some smaller ones because I didn't want to deal with like suddenly having a million huge zucchinis and not knowing what to do with them. I do have a dark green zucchini. It has produced a couple of kind of small to medium sized ones. It's a little slow going here. And then I have patty pans that I don't know if the patty pans are going to ever do anything. I don't know if there's a secret to the patty pans that I'm missing. I don't know what's going on. So that's frustrating. But my peppers have been doing pretty well. I've had quite a few Highlanders already. Highlanders are the ones that I've talked about in a different video. They actually produce in slightly cooler weather. Like they don't need the same temperature range that the other peppers do. So I started getting those early on. They've been pretty happy. They're really delicious. I finally got some Italian frying peppers, which it's been a while since I've grown those. They're super yummy. So I have a bunch more that are on the plants. I'm just waiting for them to change color. So a little bit of personal kind of update. This week has been hard. There was unfortunately an incident of a dog attacking some of the strays that live around here and that I feed, and we lost one. So this is also probably just going to be kind of a chill video because it was a rough week. It was a rough week. And if you are wondering, yes, we are pursuing it. My neighbor got video footage of the incident. So back to the garden. My broccoli has done okay. I've eaten once off of it so far. I have multiple. How many broccoli plants do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4 behind me, 6, 7. I'm counting. Excuse you. 6, 7, 8. I have 8 broccoli plants, half of which I started from seed, which is very exciting. And the ones I started from seed pretty much caught up size-wise to the ones that I bought. But the ones that I bought are the ones that have produced the florets so far, which is fine. I kind of planned on that because I want to be able to have broccoli at multiple points in the year. So I think I'll continue to do that practice of buying some and starting some from seed because it will kind of space out when I'm getting my broccoli. But you know what? Pro tip, eat the leaves. I pick off some of those leaves, I cut them up and I like saute them and stuff, and it's tasty. Eat off me. Other things that are going really well is I'm growing celery. Not the first time that I've grown celery, but the best time that I've grown celery so far. I did not start it from seed. I bought them. And they are just this right here. This right here is celery. This is why I'm talking about it. It's huge. I have 2 more I think this is 2 celeries technically, and then I have 2 more celeries. And I just kind of keep harvesting and cutting them up and freezing it so that I've got celery for soup season. Because, yeah. I wish I had more carrots that would be doing... I have like carrots everywhere, but they're all really small. So I don't know if my carrot harvest is going to be amazing or not. I don't think so, which is a bummer. I have had some, but yeah, they're just not, you know, just stuff. I'm also growing my first ever eggplant. Let's see if I can get that. There we go. So he's just a little guy right now. We'll see. Hopefully he'll get bigger. I have never grown eggplants before. I have tried to start them from seed because I just had seeds and it's always been unsuccessful. Like, haven't even gotten the plants going. Not only do I have 2 plants growing, but one of them's producing an eggplant. So obviously I'd like more than just 1 eggplant, but you know what? I'm gonna call that a win. Also, my potatoes are looking good. So I have both a gold potato and then a dark purpley blue potato, and I'm very excited about those. I'm also growing pinto beans more successfully than I have in previous years. So kind of figuring that out a little bit. I think the challenge with the pinto beans or the bush beans, because I did try to start several of the bush beans, is partially getting them to come up, and then second, I have roly-polies that really enjoy eating them all, and so I just need to plant them profusely. I need to put lots of seeds out. You're not getting enough water because you've got blossom drop. Once again, my beets are doing really well, so that's exciting. Speaking of, and kind of talking about some of the stuff that's going on, I think it is amazing how much space is needed to grow enough food for even just one person. And so we should really be thinking hard about our current system and how it's screwing over farmers, because that's our food production. And I have 8 boxes here, and this definitely would not be enough food for a whole year. Spider check. Okay. Something I'm very happy with this year is this trellis. I think it is working great. I have multiple plants growing up it. Super stoked about it. It's leaning a little bit, and I think that has to do with how it's attached to the boxes. And it's also kind of pushing this one in. These 2 boxes, I didn't fill enough, so I will be doing that in the fall after everything's done. But overall, I'm really happy with this. And if you saw my Solarpunk video where I put a bunch of solar lights out here, you'll know that I've got a string of lights here and a string there, both rope lights, and those come on at night, and I love it. I adore it. If you didn't see that video, go watch. I also want to take a moment and hand this over to sponsorship, Morgan, because yes, this video is sponsored by me. Okay, let me talk about something else that I work on and do. Oh, I didn't see you there. Hi, I'm just reading some very fine literature here. If you like literature, let me read a little excerpt for you, and maybe you'll find some very fabulous literature as well for yourself. Today was just like any other day, boring even. That is, until Charlie ran into Bax, who had stopped suddenly in the path. "Ow, Bax, what gives?" Charlie brushed her dark curly hair out of her face and looked at Bax irritated, but he was staring, mouth open, at something ahead. Charlie turned to see what had caused him to stop, and her mouth fell open too. "Is that a monkey?" Charlie asked. "A baboon," Bax answered. "In a bright orange spacesuit?" Charlie asked. "In a bright orange spacesuit," Bax nodded. The baboon had tufts of brown fur on either side of its face and was staring back at them. Then the baboon waved at them and gestured for them to follow as it headed down a hidden path towards the ocean. Charlie and Bax looked at each other, nodded, and followed. They both understood that when life hands you a baboon in an orange spacesuit, you have to investigate. Truly a work of art.
If you're looking for a fabulous new piece of literature to read, may I recommend Charlie and Bax and the Market of Under, written by Morgan Schreiber. Truly a very special author. You can purchase this through the link below in the description. Now, I'm going to let you get back to your regularly scheduled programming. Thank you for joining me.
We're getting sweaty out here. I've talked about before how the garden just kind of teaches me lessons about life. You know, it is life, but also it's very relatable to my life. And I guess one thing to keep in mind is I talked about, right, I'm finding the wrong, not necessarily the wrong audience, but it's not the audience that I'm trying to get to watch my content. And thus, I think that's slowing down my channel growth, which is a big bummer. But sometimes that happens, right? Like that's happening in the garden. And what I do is I just observe and then I try something new based on my observations. And honestly, that's really all you can do in life when something's not working the way you want it to. Observe, gather data, and try something new. So we'll see. Feminism, feminism, feminism. Periods, girl dinner. Ooh, more tomatoes. Tell you what, my cherry tomato though, like the other ones are going slow. That one has been at least been giving me tomatoes so far this year, and I appreciate it. It is the VIP. MVP? Whatever. Thanks for watching. Catch y'all next time. Love you girlies. Bye. And yes, dudes, you're girlies now too. Welcome.